day 3 of the Ocean to Lake Trail, which I am hiking Lake to Ocean. I'm hiking it west to east. And I am leaving the very jungly campsite of Bowman Island, excuse me. I don't know if trail crews ever come in here to clear out the debris, but there aren't that many places to pitch your tent right now. And it's kind of a jungle getting in and out. It's very overgrown. But I'm about to leave the island, which means I need to walk through a lot more water than I anticipated when I chose this campsite. So everything is still wet. Even the socks. I usually rotate socks each day to give them a chance to dry. But my socks from day 1 are still not dry. So my socks from day 2 were absolutely soaked and sandy, so I just put those back on since I'm getting back in water. Need a machete here. Yeah, this is the right way. There it is. But yeah, my pants are soaked. Everything is soaked, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to dry until I exit the trail, which, if everything's wet, is going to have a pretty intense smell by the time I start interacting with civilization again. So should be hitting halfway today, and step 1 is crossing the water. And here we go. I'd be more upset, but everything's still super wet. So there's a blue blaze right here, and can't really see it, but there is a blue blaze way across this water over here. What a beautiful morning. The reflections on the water. Alright, so crossing. I don't think it went above, oh, there's the blue blaze right here. You can see there's kind of a path. I don't think it went above, didn't even get to my knee yesterday, so it's not too deep. It's just quite a bit of water to start your day. Okay, only a couple feet down the trail, and I'm already having trouble with navigation. And it's mainly because of these swamp buggy tracks. So you see these buggy tracks right here. They look like the trail. So here's a marker. I had to backtrack like 3 times. This is going the other direction, saying to make a turn. I actually came from this way where I saw another marker, but I think I was supposed to come from this way. Anyway, I've been looking for blazes for a couple minutes, and I found one way down here. So it looked like I was supposed to follow the buggy trail, but I'm actually supposed to go down here. So it's kind of overgrown, and then these swamp buggies apparently just hike wherever they want to. And it makes this really confusing, especially since the trail maintenance crews haven't been able to come in and, you know, cut back the growth and fix some of the problems. But there's an orange blaze there, so I'm temporarily at least going in the right direction and staying on the trail. So while I'm in a section free of buggy tracks, this is what the trail's supposed to look like. Well, at least when it's overgrown. So I got a nice orange blaze right there. And then you can look out onto this beautiful wet prairie. Because it is wet, every once in a while I'll be walking through water. But man, those buggy tracks have been awful. I mean, even overgrown like this, you can still, there's a depression down here that you can follow with those buggy tracks. Sometimes they're actually driving the trail, and then they'll veer off. And you've got to not follow the buggy tracks, and then you'll go a little bit further down the trail, and buggy tracks will have joined the trail. Then you don't know if you need to follow the tracks or if you're actually on the trail. So it's been slow going this morning. I mean, it's been beautiful. It's been a beautiful morning. Got these nice purple flowers here too. But it's been slow going because I'm constantly stopping and looking around for blazes and making sure I'm on the right trail. Okay, we're coming up to a part of today when I was looking through it last night that gave me a little pause. First, I just walked through this burned area, and it was kind of hard to find the blazes, but this is a pond crossing. The directions were just be careful on the first part and aim for the blaze on the other side. So luckily I see a pole, and yeah, it's got to just be this here. So it'll be a little bit of a longer walk, but I already had a crossing that was supposed to be between 2 ponds, and it ended up being like through a pond because the water was so high that it covered the other crossing. All right, so I'm gonna walk into it a little bit, see how deep it is, and then see if I can see a blaze on the other side. Okay, I'm nearing just about halfway across this pond here. This is not as bad as what I crossed earlier. Here, the bottom's pretty solid, and it's actually blazed. There's orange blazes along the route. I should have filmed what I was trying to make my way through before, because at least here there's a path and blazes. Before it was just like water and water and water, and you couldn't see the blaze across the way. And again, it's because it's a little wet right now on the trail, so that part is dry at times, and you can just cross, I guess, what looks like a bridge. But with me, I was just kind of like fumbling around in the middle of a body of water. It wasn't deep, but it was just confusing, and I had my GPS out. But this is not bad at all. This is maybe just below the knee deep, and it's clearly marked, and I'm already almost at the other side. So it's just part of this wet prairie system, and they're calling this a pond, even though it looks like a pathway through a wet prairie. Oh, and that's cute. There's a bench on the other side for cleaning the dirt out of your shoes, or just taking a rest after you successfully waded through the pond. I might actually clean out my shoes, because even though I have gaiters on, they do tend to fill with mud. So I'll take that opportunity. And I'm finally on dry land, leaving Corbett WMA and heading towards Hungryland Slough. So hopefully the trail will be dry, at least for a little while. I know for sure it's not going to be dry towards the end of the day, but it'd be nice to be dry at least for a little bit. So there's a hog. It just went away. That was a hog. I'm in Hungryland Slough. Some of the trail has looked like this, but most of it's just been these roads that are kind of above the water. So it's been pretty easy. I mean, I appreciate the fun adventure stuff of Corbett, but every once in a while it's nice to do some easy hiking. So I just saw that hog, and I just saw a turkey a little while ago. So this is called Hungryland Slough. I've already seen two things that are regularly eaten. I'm not sure why it's called Hungryland, but clearly there's some food in here. But yeah, this is kind of what it's been like, and again, making up some time after going really slow through all of that water today. So I'm just about to exit Hungryland Slough. There's a sign back here where the trail kind of came out, and I am headed towards a highway, and I have a fun little highway walk. It's kind of typical for the Florida Trail. You've got to connect these little natural areas by road walks, and a lot of times those road walks are highways. So that should be Highway 710. Luckily I won't be on it for too long, and hopefully it will have a shoulder. But up next is Loxahatchee Slough. Leaving 710 behind. Forgot the thrill of trucks coming at you at high speed, and entering what should be Loxahatchee Slough. I actually shot by this and had to backtrack because it was hard to find. There is a blaze on that speed sign right there that tells you to turn, but I was looking at that and not this. So, moving away from the cars and back into some natural areas. This is Loxahatchee Slough. This is a little bit off trail. I stepped off trail just to get water, and there were some otters over here just as I was walking down to the water, and so I couldn't decide whether to take a still photo where I could zoom in and they'd actually, you could actually see that they were otters, or video that I could put in the video. And by the time I had finished that thought, their butts were in the grass and they had disappeared. So that is where the otters used to be. I'm gonna head over here back on the trail, and the trail itself is nice and dry. So you can see these orange blazes over here. It's kind of been going through sort of a pine area, but not a flooded pine area, at least not yet. So it's been a nice relief. And yeah, it's been nice so far. The trail's been good. This whole area is shut off for some sort of construction, but the trail itself is still open, so I'm really thankful when those who maintain the trail can create those kind of relationships that allow you to still walk the trail no matter what's going on with the land. God, I keep missing all the animals today. There was an alligator right there. It wasn't too big, but I scared it. So note, there are alligators here. Almost just walked right past this guy. Looks just like a stick. I've gone by several snakes that just legit don't want to move. He's pretty. I wonder what he is. Oh yeah, I've seen the snake before. He's got the white under the chin. I forget what type of snake he is. But he's a nice snake, and I'm gonna leave him alone. Oh, and then he disappeared. He was just waiting for me to move. Sorry, snake. Alright, well at least I got that animal on video. This is cool, this little palm and oak hammock right here. If it was super sunny, this would be an amazing oasis of shade because you don't always get shade here on these trails in Florida. But it is kind of overcast, and I've had cell signal ever since I left Corbett, and according to the radar, it is supposed to rain and lightning within an hour of when I should get, not within an hour, within a half hour of when I should get to camp, assuming I don't run into any trouble. So that's just the prediction. It can come down at any time. So sooner I get to camp, the better, and that I can get my tent fly up. I've been so lucky in that I've been able to keep my tent fly off the past couple nights and let the heat kind of go out of my tent. But tonight it looks like there's definitely going to be rain. So I'm going to try to outrace the rain at this point. Here's another one of those guys, the white chin. They're all over the place. They're pretty though. Alright, friend. I'll try not to scare you too much. I'm back to splashing around. Not as deep a water as this morning, but oh, no wonder. There's a little cypress forest strand, dome, whatever it is. Wherever you have cypress trees, you're likely to have water. But I've been going in and out of water for this little stretch now. There is a boardwalk coming up. I saw that on the Florida Trail app, so that'll be nice when I get there. Oh, but you can see the bromeliads. It's pretty anyway. Coming out of the water and onto the boardwalk. There was another boardwalk back there over the deepest part. So, it's a little wobbly of a boardwalk. So I'm gonna put the phone away and concentrate on not falling in. But somewhere along this boardwalk should be a bench. Look at this is beautiful. Should be a bench, and I'm going to use that bench to take off my pack and filter my water here because there will be no water at my campsite. Still 1 mile to my campsite for the night, and this is one of them that you have to make reservations for, so have to get to it. But that's the storm system coming in, and I'm already wet on one of those boardwalks. The boardwalk kind of angled down. It's supposed to angle down to the ground and angle down to the water, and it ended up being a slide. I slipped, fell on my butt, and slid right in. So I'm already wet. Obviously I'm walking through water right now, but it'd be nice if like my gear wasn't wet. It'd be nice to set up my tent before the rain came. So we'll see how fast I can do this next mile and when the skies open up. Alright, it's really dark because of the clouds and the sun kind of getting low in the sky, but it says camping this way. So I've made it to my campsite. It has not rained yet. Clearly the pigs have been at here. Pigs have been camping here, so depending on what's left, it may be a bumpy night. But looks like I'll get everything set up before the storm comes. And it got dark really, really fast. I got in my tent just in time. I'm hearing the first little pitter-patters of rain. So I might not be dry, but at least my gear is dry. So that's it for today. I'm over halfway on the trail. I think I've got like maybe 20 miles to the end. So I'm not going to do it tomorrow because I've got a campsite reserved near the end. So I have one more full day of hiking and then a little bit and then I'm done. So tomorrow I'm going to be entering Riverbend Park. I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but now it's coming. It's starting to rain. That was really, really close. And I will also be entering Jonathan Dickinson Park. I need to find my headlamp because it got super dark really quick. All right, that's it for today.